the start.
Oh, you've got to touch it, haven't you? You've got to touch it, hasn't it?
So this is day one of the Great Glen Way. I'm with Callum, Lee and Reese. And we've got 5 days to cover the 79-mile hike from Fort William up to Inverness. Bit of a grey start to the trip, but hopefully the weather's going to improve as the week goes on. So we're just walking up beside Neptune's staircase, which I think was designed and built by Thomas Telford back in the day. So we've just arrived at the informal campsite at Gairlochie. We're going to spend the night here, I think. A few places to pitch. Decent view. So we've got all of our tents set up, and most of us have eaten food, apart from Callum. It's about 6 o'clock now, and we're all pretty knackered, like, and we're lads.
Oh,
A bit done in.
wrecked. Only 10 miles, like.
Yeah, we only done 10 miles today, but it was well, they were hard miles, really, weren't they? Just along a, you know, canal track with heavy rucksacks, carrying all our food with us and everything. But yeah, we've got the key for the facilities here along the canal system, so we can use the toilets, the showers and that in there. So we're just going to go and check them out now. So it's about, I think it's about 10 to 7 now. We got up early on. Lee put his drone together and he crashed it straight into a tree and the arm snapped off it. But Reese has managed to fix it with his Swiss Army knife. So he's just going to take his first flight after the repair here. So we might as well try and get this on camera.
Oh yeah. Let's all have a good laugh there. We're going nowhere over the loch. I'm nowhere near any trees.
Oh, there you go, mate.
Fine, that. Look at that. Look at that reef. Right there. Now get it over the loch. Is that record?
So we found another shipwreck. This one looks a bit older than the last two that were passed. So day 2 starts out better than day 1. You're straight into the woodlands after a short climb up on the tarmac out of Gairlochie, and then we'll be following the loch side of Loch Lochy and then Loch Oich. I don't even know how you say it.
That's me.
Yeah. Well, this is a bit better, isn't it, Colin?
Oh yeah, much nicer.
Yeah, yesterday was just a bit too mundane, bit of a slog.
Along the canal, isn't it?
Poor weather as well, man,
Yeah.
which didn't help. So we are about 5 miles in now on day 2. We're on the forest track above Loch Lochy. We were hoping for a dry day today, but yeah, it's raining.
A picture of the bear, mate?
Nah, I'm alright.
Not for you.
It's not for me.
A bit touristy, isn't it?
So we spotted the little campsite here just off the track. Not really sure if it's a official Trailblazer one. I'm guessing it probably is for the canoeists, and we've got a Swedish style Dano shelter here. Yeah, so it's fantastic, this place. Exactly like a Swedish Dano hut. There's lots of firewood that's been left for you to prep as well. Seats, fire pit, yeah, decent sized Dano hut or shelter.
Ramsey over again.
So we were following the track alongside the loch, and there was a diversion up here. So they've built a new track along here, and it comes up probably about 100 metres above the loch, so you get much better views from up here. It's all new track, and there's a few information boards along the way and a few wind shelters. But this part's pretty good. Even the forestry track through the woods down there, I've walked that section a few times now over the years. I've been in the area. Yeah, so about halfway through day 2, and the views really start to open up. So we've managed to reach the end of Loch Lochy. We've just got another stretch of canal. We've just stopped at the kiosk back there for a cup of coffee and a few snacks. Now this is the Eagle Barge. It's I don't know if it's just a bar or a bar restaurant and a floating pub and a cafe, but it's shut on a Monday and Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, otherwise we'd have definitely been in there for a pint. So we're trying to get to our designated campsite, which is on the eastern shore of the loch, but there's forestry work going on there and you just can't get through. There's a big sign here saying no through access. You've got to follow a diversion, which is going to add miles onto the route, and you know, it's not going to get us anywhere near our campsite. Our campsite is up there somewhere. We're all the way down here. The diversion takes us up the other end, the other side of the loch. So that diversion, it's scuppered us a bit. We've just done a fairly steep climb up through this woodland, sweating like hell. And I think we're on this woodland now for about 5 miles, and it's just a forestry track. You can see the sides of the road here, and there's absolutely nowhere to camp, and I don't think we're going to find anywhere in the next few miles, but we'll crack on.
Okay then, probably head over that way, probably an hour and 20 way out, I imagine.
So a quick update on the situation. We're continuing through this plantation forest, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be nowhere to pitch, but we've just rang a camping and caravan club site just outside of Invergary, probably about an hour's hike away. 27 quid a pitch mine, but he said because we're just backpackers with, you know, small tents, we can get 2 on a pitch, which isn't bad. So unless we find something, I think we'll be staying there. So this forest track, it's like walking on burning coals. I'll just give you a look at it. Like big lumps of rock. My feet are knackered, really hot and sweaty. And every time I put my foot on the ground, like, it's burning. How about you, Callum? Are you managing? Are you the same as me?
I think I've got lava in my shoes, like they're on fire. Surprised if the blisters start tonight.
Aye. I think we must be at mile maybe late 17, I think now.
Yeah.
Like. So probably end up doing about 20 miles today.
I think they'll see him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's looking down from his reception. What the fuck are they doing?
So we're just getting pitched up at the campsite. So when we came out of that forest track, I think we had a good hour's walk to get here. But there's a hostel there, so we knocked on the door and asked if they had a number for a taxi. And if not, you know, did they do camping? And she said, well, you can't camp here. And as we were speaking to her, one of the guests walked through and he had a Mercedes Sprinter camper van. So he said, well, I'll just run you up. So yeah, kindly, he let us all stick our bags in the back and he ran us up. It's only about 8 or 9 minutes in the car, but it would have took us over an hour to walk all the way uphill here. So yeah, the kindness of strangers. But we're here, we're pitched up, £13.50 a night. So yeah, happy days.
Won't get in strangers' cars, kids.
Well yeah, don't get in strangers' cars unless they're taking you to a campsite and you're knackered. So I think, how far do you think we'll walk today then, Lee?
Say a good 18, 19,
yeah, maybe
19 mile.
Yeah.
I mean, if we hadn't got that lift,
Would have been over 20.
21.
Yeah. But it was tough going on those forestry tracks. My feet are burning. It's yeah, difficult walking on those stony tracks. But anyway, we're gonna, I've got a bottle of wine in my bag actually, like, so I'm gonna crack that open and then sit down. What are you doing, Reese?
Yeah?
What are you doing?
Stretching my hamstrings out.
I think he's trying to dislodge something. Just a double do you like. So take the old chill off the sheets. Cheers.
It'll send you to your happy place, won't it?
Oh aye. Hell aye.
So there's a bit of a news update. Callum's having some issues. He's got 5 blisters and what was it?
Arse racing stripes.
Arse racing stripes. Basically his arse is red.
Off the cheeks. Rubbing.
Yeah, the friction's been too much. So this is the whitest leg I've ever seen.
Yeah. I can't even tell you've rubber cream in.
Turn off the lights.
I thought it was just bone. I don't think there's any skin. Morning everyone. It's what time is it? It's pretty early on, I think, like 7:15. So we're just gonna get a coffee and then start getting packed up, get on the road and head to Fort Augustus to pick up some supplies and maybe get some lunch. I think it's about 8 or 9 miles away from where we are, because we've got to hike for a couple of miles just to get back on the trail. And yeah, I think we did plan to stay at another campsite tonight, Invercolly I think it's called. So it's probably going to be the same distance again. But yeah, I'm stiff as a board this morning, like my feet feel alright. I haven't got any blisters yet. But I'll have to wait and see, but the weather has changed. I just checked then, it's going to be 18 degrees today and tomorrow. So it's going to get a lot warmer like. So I'm going in with a Expedition Foods scrambled egg with cheese and caramelised onion. I had this a couple of months ago up on the moors on my bike, and I put way too much water in. It was just a horrible, soggy, watery mess. So I've added the right amount of water, 140ml. So see if it's any better. Well, the consistency looks a bit better, sort of. So we've been quite lucky with the midges so far, but above Lee's tent, not sure if the camera's going to pick them out, but there's loads of them there. Don't seem to be interested in us though, which is good. Washed a pair of duds last night in the shower. Just air them today on the back of my pack, since it's going to be warm and dry hopefully. It's looking good so far. There's sun up there just trying to break through. Got your suntan lotion ready, Lee?
I've got it on, mate. Factor
You put it on already?
Factor 50.
Factor 50?
Yeah. Have you seen my skin?
Well, we're almost ready to leave. We're 40 minutes behind schedule because Lee spent about 25 minutes trying to force a shite out in the bogs. Callum, so we're all packed up. Callum, he was going to head home, but he's just going to head back to Fort William. His feet are done in, too many blisters, so he's not going to complete the trail. But we're going to meet him there on Saturday morning and we'll all drive back together. So Callum, got any final words?
Enjoy your walk. Don't get any blisters or a sore arse.
Cheers, mate. Wise words, those. We'll take them on board.
See you in a few days.
Aye. We'll see him again. What day is it today? It's Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
2 or 3 days we'll catch up with Callum again.
Want to leave this with you, Callum, mate?
Oh, is it? Yeah. I'll
The
use
bin
it
run.
now.
Right, we'll see you in a few days then, Callum.
Enjoy. I will.
Aye. See you, mate.
Bye.
So we've been on the road now for about half an hour, just alongside a busy road down there towards Inverness, and then we'll back up on the trail through the woods. Now the guy at the campsite warned us about this section. He said there was a fairly steep climb and then it levels out, so we'll crack on.
Took your ankle off.
So we've just crossed over the Bridge of Oik and we're back on the canal system. But up there in the woods we came across our Indian friends who camped beside us at the first Trailblazer campsite. 3 Indian chaps from Glasgow University, and they obviously had to follow the detour as well yesterday. We went to a campsite and they just carried on walking along the trail, so they got into this place at 10 o'clock last night in the dark. So we've given them the details of the campsite that we're going to head for. That's if we stay there. So yeah, how far have we got? Do you think about another 10 miles?
I'd say we've done 4
Yeah.
there, haven't we?
Yeah, I think we've got about 10 miles to go.
5 to Fort Augustus, 5 to the campsite.
Yeah, that's if we stay there. We're debating whether we should push on and make tomorrow. We've got a monster day, could eat a few miles up, but then could struggle to find somewhere to camp.
That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah. rising quick, isn't it? Got some loaded canoes here. People doing the Great Glen Way canoe trail. So we've come through Fort Augustus. We stopped at the, what was it called? The Monster Fish and Chip Shop. Yeah, so,
Monster Fish and Chip Company, wasn't it?
yeah, Monster Fish and Chip Company. Had a, well, fish and chips. Picked up a bottle of wine each for this evening. A few snacks. And we're heading towards a campsite, or at least that's the plan. But we're not really sure if we can get to it, but I don't know. It's complicated, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, what time are we on? It's 10 to 3, so it's still been a fairly long day really. Like, we came along the canal and it was really punishing on your feet. Just a really hard packed gravel road. So we've just arrived at the high route here to Inverness, but according to this board, you can no longer do it. You've got to take the low road. We're debating whether or not just to walk up there or not, but it could just be a fool's errand. So we're following the low road. We're still pretty high. We've got some cracking views of Loch Ness. Pretty much see all the way up there.
See that?
So Lee's calf is tightening up, but we're not too concerned because we've reached the turn off for the campsite. So we've come along the what's it called? It's the low route, isn't it?
Yeah.
The low route. And if you keep your eyes open, you'll see the sign to Invercolly campsite there. It looks like they built a path through the woods. So it's a camping and glamping site this. You can already see some kind of pod-like structures down there. It's about 6:45 now. This is the earliest we've got up so far on this trip. We intend to be on the road by 7, which might be a little optimistic at the moment. Like 7:15 should be doable. But yeah, another fairly cold night. I just kept my jacket on and my sleeping bag last night, and I think I had the best sleep so far on the trip.
Your t-shirt now.
Oh, I'd probably just put my fleece on, I reckon. Like,
Put me fresh fucking t-shirt. Me and other shit with you having had. What's that like one in?
so we're just about packed up now. All the backpacks are done. I've just been down to grab some water. My strategy is to drink at least 500 ml before we set off, so I'm reasonably hydrated, and then I carry a litre with me. I've got my water filter with me as well, so if I run out and there is water along the way, I can fill up. But be warned, if you're watching this and you're doing it in, you know, high summer where it's going to be really warm, you need to think about where you're going to get your water from and how much to carry. I'd recommend carrying at least 2 litres with you, just because the refill points are pretty scarce. There's the bus up there, lads. Lee, run! Run!
Oh, look at this.
Oh wow. Yeah, that is nice, isn't it? Just coming out of Inverness now. It's not good, like. We've just come up a big old steep road. Thought that might be the end of it, but it gets worse, like, look at that. Oh.
bad shit this, isn't it?
So there's two options here. You can take the high route or the low route. The high route rises to 470 metres, the low route something like 330, but the high route is it's a mile, almost a mile shorter, and I guess we're going to get some better views, so I thought we'll give it a go. See Drumnut Rocket all the way down there. There was a turn off for the Great Glen Way, but we looked at the map and it basically just takes you all around the forest just to dump you on that side of the town away from the shops, or we're hoping there's going to be a pub there. So we've just took to the concrete. It's a pretty steep hill and it's hurting my feet. So we've arrived at our digs here in Inverness. Strange, the walk goes right past, so yeah, it's just off the route. So do one, lads.
Drinking area.
So here we are at the end of the Great Glen Way, outside the castle in Inverness. Everyone, well, this is the morning after the night before. We didn't do, I don't think I've done any filming on the last day. It was a right trek to get into Inverness, but we got here, went straight out, bit of food, way too many drinks. The night is an absolute blur, but we've got a bus booked at 9 o'clock in the morning to take us to Fort William to pick up the van Gonna pick Callum up. He's been marooned there, hasn't he, for the last 4 days, I think. But yeah, cracking night out in Inverness last night. It's been a long time since I've had a few beers in this city. But we enjoyed ourselves, and yeah, so that's the end of the video. So as ever, thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next one. Well, we're back at Race's car now. Here's Callum. I haven't seen this chap for a few days.